God, just take 5.
I'm sorry about that last take, Lloyd.
What is going on, man?
I'm just a little out of it.
You on drugs? Don't lie to me. This has been going on for a while now. You just got to stop. I don't know who you're hanging out with, but on my set, nobody does drugs, all right? That includes my actors. Come back in a half hour, ready to work. Just, you're 18 now, man. Don't it up.
Welcome back to Late Night. We're here with Chris Kattan. That was a clip from Famous. Tell us a bit about it.
It's a really good movie, and you know, I'm happy to be in it. And I chose to be in it not just because I got to do drama, which I like doing, but Michael Leone, who's the director, had a great vision. It was based on a play that he directed, and this play, well, the movie has the same actors in the play. So when I got on board, his vision was so strong and powerful that I was like, oh my God, I can't, you know, I'd love to be part of this, you know, and I took a chance, and I'm really happy that I was in it, you know.
It's great to see you doing drama. It's also very exciting that you're doing sketch again. You have a YouTube sketch show where you're doing a new sketch every week.
Yes.
It's thrilling.
It's called Hey Kattan.
How did you come up with the name Hey Kattan?
Thank you. So somebody's on the street said, hey Kattan.
Oh, that's it.
Well, most people acknowledge me by saying, hey, Kattan. They don't go, hey, Chris.
Oh, yeah,
Or, hey, Chris Kattan.
You've always been a
Or,
Kattan.
hey, Chris Kattan, I heard that Seth Meyers and his wife met at the wedding, period.
Period, end of story.
End of story.
Yeah.
But, no, it's a great opportunity for me to write, you know, and I get to direct these shorts. And,
Do impressions again?
do impressions. My classic Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Who could forget my Harrison Ford?
Not a lot of people can do a good Harrison Ford.
No. Here's my, I actually met him, a few times. The first time I met him, I was so excited to meet him that I was like, oh my God, you're Harrison Ford. I'm so excited, I feel like Short Round. That's what I said.
Yeah,
I was that excited.
Sure, sure.
And can we say Short Round?
Yeah.
Okay. And he said, I'll hold on that laugh, because you chose to laugh at that. So, but I said, I'm so excited, I feel like Short Round. He went, settle. And then I saw him again at a dentist office. I said, hey, Harrison Ford. I don't know why I'm screaming, but I did scream at the time. That's how I get excited.
Yeah.
Hey, Harrison Ford, it's me. Remember me? Chris Kattan. He went, settle. Again. So every time I see him, he goes, settle.
Yeah.
The third time, he said, settle.
Well, I mean, the third time you're lucky you didn't call the cops.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Settle. That would have been really, But I hear you do an impression. We did, this is another thing you can take account that I helped you with, maybe. I don't know. But was on SNL, you did a Hugh Grant impression.
You put me in one of my first SNLs. You put me in a Mango with Gwyneth Paltrow, and there I am doing Hugh Grant right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you know, but like on SNL, when you first get on the show, you're like, oh, I would like to get in the, you know, get some airtime, as they say, or whatever. Yeah. And you're obviously talented, and you did an amazing.
Kind of that off. You're like, oh,
yeah, exactly. So, oh my God, what an amazing Hugh Grant impression. So there you are doing Hugh Grant, and you went,
yeah.
Basically, that's what
that
you
was
did.
basically it. Yeah. That's all I had. Yeah. That and I like looked like him.
Well, it's better than my settle.
No, the settle's good.
Oh, it is good?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be doing
But
it
I started going to impression camp, and I'm very good at impressions
Impression
now.
camp?
Yeah. I went to a camp. I went to an intensive camp.
For
impressions, yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
Oh, no, you don't like it when you're there. It's very intense.
You walk in, everybody's doing different impressions?
Yeah, but...
I don't want to name out what you just did, but I'm a little confused. It's a camp.
Yeah, but I went, and it went great, and you always had a great Pacino, and now I have a passable Al Pacino.
Oh, can I see? Well, my Pacino
Okay, you do for yours first.
Is this how you are at camp?
Well, no. I mean, at the end.
You do yours first. So aggressive. So I was like, I still want to go to that camp.
Yeah, you could be a counselor.
Camp. Why? Already went from being a guy who does impressions to a counselor? That's so nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Like I graduated already.
Well, but you could lose it on this Pacino.
Okay. Well, hold on. So my Pacino is basically the blind Pacino. You remember from Son of a Woman?
Yeah,
There's
Son of a
different
Woman.
stages of Pacinos.
Yeah.
Like The Godfather, like, I know. That one from Godfather.
Yeah.
But then there's the hoo-ha, that one.
Yeah.
That's the one I did.
Right.
So everyone loved that one.
Yeah, that
was a new Pacino.
Well, my Al Pacino started because he was at some award, and maybe, I don't know which award show it was, he was in a Zoom room.
Oh.
And so we took great joy in thinking about Al Pacino going like, Al Pacino in the Zoom room. Look at me.
That's what he did.
Look at me.
I'm in a Zoom room.
I'm in a Zoom room.
I don't know what this is. They said, meet me in the Zoom
You've
room.
been canceled. You can't do that impression.
You can't do it
Yeah,
anymore?
you can't do Pacino. But he does a I know he got a House of Gucci movie coming out, so he's
Yeah.
Italian. He's like, hey, man, you're the Pucci outfit.
Oh, is that?
Not the Gucci.
Oh,
No,
dude.
you're Pucci.
Have you seen House of Gucci?
No, I've not.
Oh, wow. So you're so confident in your Al Pacino impression.
Well, I went to the West Coast camp of impressions.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And they said, like, House of Gucci, just take your Pacino, put a little Italian in it.
Yeah, put a little
Do
Italian.
it again. Now that I know what I'm listening for,
Exactly.
do an Al Pacino from House of Gucci that you haven't seen yet.
What everybody's wearing here?
It's very good.
Thank you.
You guys, that's Chris Kattan. Famous is in theaters and available on demand December 10th.